Tonight's my guest, and I'm really looking forward to meeting Nicola Jayne Churnside, local singer, very talented. Maybe we can talk her into performing a song live in the studio. Nicola Jayne Churnside here in around 30 minutes. So looking forward to meeting Nicola Jayne Churnside, local singer-songwriter. She'll be here soon. Thanks to Stoke-on-Trent plays part to hundreds of musical talents, and there's nothing like today's guest, who started to write music at the age of 7. Today we're speaking to Nicola Jayne Churnside, whose music comes straight from the heart, it says here, and has performed in various venues across the country, including the London venue Dirty South. Welcome.
Hiya, how are you?
How's that for an intro?
It was good.
It's good, isn't it?
It's probably one of the best intros I've ever had.
Oh, you see, we're professionals here. It's great to see you, Nicola. Thank you so much for coming in. And you've brought your guitar, your acoustic with you as well, so we're going to get you to sing a song shortly. I mean, how did you get involved with music then? At the age of 7 you started writing.
It's just something that's always been there, I guess. My dad was a massive music fan, and he just introduced me to the Beatles from like a really young age, and since that I just sort of wanted to be John Lennon, I guess. I just absolutely fell in love with it. I can't imagine doing anything else apart from performing.
So you mentioned John Lennon. Who have you been influenced by?
The Beatles are a massive one. The Smiths, Blur, who you played shortly before.
I mean, that's a good point, actually. I mean, if somebody was to call you a Beatle bum, would you consider it a compliment? I'm a bit confused about that.
I never thought I'd ever be asked that question in my life. People can call me what they like.
But provided it's polite. I mean, you've been in the business quite a while then, Nicola. I mean, what advice would you give to any up-and-coming singers?
I think just don't hold back. If you believe that you're good at something and it's something that you want to do, you just have to go for it. And, I suppose, you've got one life and you've got to live it the way that you want it to be, and you've got to be happy and just go for it. Don't give up on anything, just keep going.
So you've got your acoustic guitar with you today. How would you describe your music?
I suppose it's sort of acoustic folk. A lot of people compare me to Bob Dylan, but I think that's because I do play harmonica as well at the odd occasion and stuff. It's just, as you've said, music that comes from the heart, and it's in my head, it's in my heart, and I just play what I feel, and if it sounds good, then that's a bonus.
What was the first single you ever bought?
Oh no.
It's not embarrassing, is it?
It is embarrassing. Why have you asked me this? It was either probably Take That or Boyzone. But as I say, I've always been into music, even when I was little.
That's fine. Okay, what are you going to sing for us now?
This is a newish sort of song. It's called Lose My Mind.
Okay, go for it.
Thank you. is fine, and I paid the town very rent.
Nicola Jayne.
Drink myself to death, my inhibitions lose my mind. I drink myself to death, my inhibitions lose my mind. I drink myself to death, my inhibitions lose my my mind.
Wow, I jumped in a bit early there.
That's okay, I'll finish now.
I was listening to the lyrics. I mean, what inspired you to write a song like that? You know, I was listening to it and I think, well, where do you get all these ideas from? I mean, you do think people take note of your music, didn't you?
Yeah, when people ask me this question, I never really know what to say because I don't sit and think about what I'm going to write. It just sort of comes out. One day I'll be sat there playing guitar and it's just there. I know it's obviously things that are obviously at the back of my mind and they just come out in music. It's kind of how I deal with stuff. Music's like a therapy to me and it's just how I get on with stuff. But this song is, it's about Stoke, obviously the Six Towns reference. It's about the people, it's about me walking around being a mess and it's about me just dealing with life really.
What's the best thing then, would you say, about being a performer?
It's just a buzz. It's a feeling you can't get anywhere else. I can't explain to you what it's like. Like, to me, being Nicola Jayne she's like being a character. She's a mask that I can hide behind, and I enjoy that. I enjoy putting my makeup on and getting up and being in front of the lights and people and making people smile by singing, and then, you know, I'm sad after. When the lights go down, I get off that stage, that's it, it's rubbish, I'm back in life.
So what would you say, we mentioned that London gig earlier on, what would you say was the best gig you ever did?
That's a really difficult question because I enjoy everywhere I play, everything that I do. I'm really looking forward to like the festivals and things I've got coming up, and I always enjoy festival gigs because, you know, they're full of happy people eating ice creams and it's good.
You mentioned the Beatles and you've already mentioned John Lennon, but which famous musician would you like to meet if you were given the opportunity to meet, you know, some superstar, somebody you've always looked up to? Who would it be?
I've met some really cool people, but I would love to meet David Bowie. In fact, I'd love to work with David Bowie. That is one of my ultimate dreams, is to sit at a piano and play changes with David Bowie. He is just amazing and such an influence, and
can't argue with you at all there. So thinking about your gigs, where can people see you perform next?
On Sunday, I'm going down to play Crew live at a place called The Exchange with a band called the Black Mirrors, who I love. I'm doing a Barefoot Festival in June. I'm doing the Liverpool Fringe Festival, Jazz and Blues Festival on Monday at Yates's at 7 o'clock. And what else? I've got loads. But the Terrace on the 15th of June, 6th of September, I'm supporting the Sherry Counsellors. Loads of cool gigs.
Nicola Jayne, you're so busy, aren't you? You really are.
I like being busy.
Just a couple more questions for you then. A bit of an unusual one. What one object could you not do without? And I'm guessing it's your guitar. One object you could not do without.
Yeah, unless objects extend to animals, and then I'd have to say my dog, my little teddy.
Where can we find your music online?
I've got a website. It's www.nicolajaymusic.com, and on there's all the links to Facebook, Reverb Nation. I'm on iTunes, so yeah.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Nicola Jayne Churnside.